electric callboy action to kick off the show here. It's Friday. Yeah. The last day of July, the 31st, 2026. I am Peaches. If you want to get a hold of me, you can. Over at 208-535-1015. I talked about this on the Z103 afternoon show yesterday. I didn't talk about it on the K-Bear show. For those that are unaware, I am the program director of Z103, and I do the afternoon show on that station as well. So it's like the best of both worlds. You got rock and metal here. I got top 40 over there. I talk about some of the same stuff, but some stuff changes. LinkedIn has decided, you know what? We're tired of all this AI slop that people are posting. And so they have now added a button that says, seems like AI, or something like that. It looks like AI to me, or something along the lines of that. If you see a post that looks like, yeah, someone just went to ChatGPT, said, give me the dumbest thing to post on LinkedIn possible. They just copied and pasted it. I've seen a lot of people on Facebook doing that. I wonder what's going to happen to one of my favorite subreddits, that is LinkedIn Lunatics. Have you been there before? This is one of the latest posts. This guy posted this specific thing from this dude by the name of Woutervan. Beware LinkedIn, he is a warrior, the caption says here. This is what this guy's post says from LinkedIn itself. Let me teach you about discipline. I am 51 years old. I have not drunk alcohol for 7 years. I don't take drugs. I don't smoke. I go to bed at 2200. I wake up at 6 a.m. I went to the office 4 days this week. I go to the office 4 days a week. Why did he type that out twice? I went to the office 4 days this week. I go to the office 4 days a week. Okay. Friday, I work from home. I am 100% disciplined. And then he repeats himself. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't take drugs. I am a warrior. For those I love, I will sacrifice. And he posted the most middle-aged man selfie you could ever imagine. The top reply, that last binge 7 years ago must have been a doozy for this guy. I have not drunk alcohol for 7 years. Again, the subreddit LinkedIn Lunatics should give you a good laugh. It's Peach's Pit Party right here on K-Bear 101. Peach's Pit Party on K-Bear 101, Idaho's only rock station. I was reading something here about this Circle K customer that was charged $8.5 billion for a hot dog, and he's blaming the AI self-checkout. Usually when you see people use self-checkout, it makes you want to rip out your own hair because they don't know what they're doing. They've lost all brain activity. Like, I've gone to Winco plenty of times, Walmart, even Costco, Sam's Club. You see those people try to work self-checkout. They just stare at it, thinking it's going to do something for them, especially the older they are. I have a bad feeling this guy was just an old man that went to Circle K. He wanted a hot dog. He also got some Gatorade, too. There's a screenshot of the touchscreen here. Gatorade All-American 28-ounce. Gatorade Midnight Ice 28-ounce. And then I see here American Red Cross, because you know these AI these self-checkouts, these stores, they'll have you buy your things, of course, and then they'll ask for a donation for whatever charity. And I'm sure this guy, this old fart, probably just typed in his phone number. Because if you look at the amount of digits, 850-375-4416, that's the amount he donated to the American Red Cross, allegedly. I'm sure it didn't go through, because nobody's going to randomly donate $8.5 billion to the American Red Cross at Circle K. 850-375-4416. Maybe I should give that number a call and say, you done messed up, you know? This is a great way to antagonize your neighbors. If you secretly hate them, this is a great passive-aggressive method to make sure they hate you even more. This man, unknown, he wears a mask every time he does this. He has spent 2 years feeding birds at night. His neighbors say it's causing chaos. This old lady that lives next to me, she keeps feeding the squirrels, and the squirrels are always chilling out in the shade where my front door is at, and they sit there, they look stupidly at me, and then they run away. They go, oh, geez, look at that big guy, and they run away. They go to her patio and eat the peanuts that the lady leaves out there. And squirrels, they can cause quite a mess. They can rip up furniture if they wanted. But birds, man, birds are the absolute worst. For some reason, the birds here have been targeting my car. The last time I parked my car in this specific spot, I think I'm actually parked in that spot today. I might need to move my car after this break if they haven't pooped on it already. It looked like Big Bird just decided to take a giant number 2 all over the hood of my car. I had to go right to the car wash. Otherwise, the paint would have been completely ruined. But this all-night feeding this guy is doing is causing a poop explosion. Yeah, birds poop everywhere, dude. It's a big mess. It's disgusting. Like I said, it's a great way to antagonize your neighbors. If you have that one neighbor that you absolutely hate, just get a big bag of bird seed. Go to the local pet store, big bag of bird seed. Start dumping it on their front yard in the middle of the night. Sure enough, they'll wake up to all these birds and their big messes behind them. Well, if you've ever quit a job, you've probably dreamed about saying exactly what was on your mind. I know I have. Career experts say that's usually not the best move. Yeah, no kidding. You don't want to burn the bridges, like I've talked about before. Even though I was so ready to quit Payway Asian Diner and just give that guy this long letter about how he sucks and how he should not be a manager at all, not even of himself, because he's just that bad. But career experts say that's usually not the best move. When you're leaving a job, it's better to keep things professional, as they say. I was going to add this snide remark to my landlord for my 30-day notice, letting them know that I'm going to be moving in with friends because the rent's just too darn high at this piece of crap apartment. But I was like, you know what? I got to keep it professional because who knows what can happen. I might need to move back into that place. Things might not work out. You don't want to burn the bridges, you know. Thank the people who helped you. Be honest. If you're asked for feedback, but don't burn bridges. You never know when you'll cross paths with those coworkers or managers again. The guy that I used to work for at Payway Asian Diner was never going to get into the radio business, so I knew I was safe there. But if you're ready for your next opportunity, take a look at the newly redesigned HireEastIdaho.com. This week's Hire East Idaho job of the week is a formulation bulk processor evenings position with Melaleuca in Idaho Falls. In this full-time role, you'll weigh and process bulk products. We talked about that before. Operate manufacturing equipment, help maintain a safe and clean production environment. Work with a team dedicated to creating high-quality wellness products. The starting pay, $19 an hour. There's a whole bunch of benefits, too. If you want to apply, you can apply at HireEastIdaho.com or check out other listings that might better fit you. Hire East Idaho, connecting people with opportunity. I guess we're still talking about LeBron James, the big move he made to join the Philadelphia 76ers as the final stop in his career is going to get the full documentary treatment. Oh, boy. Of course, La Diva had to do that, you know. James and ESPN are close to signing a deal for series that will be similar to Michael Jordan's award-winning The Last Dance. The documentary is expected to also use footage from throughout James's career, as NBA crews have filmed him since he was a rookie in 2003. Of course, this guy wants to make an even bigger exit compared to Michael Jordan and Kobe. One of the most versatile players in the history of the New Orleans Saints is not returning to the team. Taysom Hill, who played quarterback, running back, tight end, wide receiver, and on special teams, is moving on from the Saints after 9 seasons. While many NFL fans might not know his story, he's the real deal. Hill is the only NFL player in the Super Bowl era to have thrown for more than 1,000 yards, rushed for more than 1,000 yards, and have more than 1,000 yards receiving in his career. In Major League Baseball, we're about half a season into the new automated ball strike system, which is pretty much robot umps. Over in South Korea, they've been using ABS systems, the system since 2024, which means they're a bit ahead of us. Researchers at the University of Michigan crunched some numbers just to see how the ABS system is affecting the game. They found that the big-name batters are now striking out more and walking less under these robot umpires compared to lesser-known players. This suggests that human umpires had been giving stars the benefit of the doubt on borderline pitches. With robot umps in place, famous hitters are no longer getting star treatment, which, I mean, there are people that are like, bring back the classic game, keep the human umps. But those same people scream at those human umps for making the worst mistakes possible. This is the only occupation where I'm saying, hey, you should replace people with AI, these robots, because you want to have the best calling possible. Replaced all refs. Replace all refs with robots. I might get in trouble for saying that. Of course, there's going to be some local referee. I've been doing it for 30 years. Screw you, Peaches. That does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. K-Bear 101, Idaho's only rock station. So yesterday, Maddie decided to dress up as what I like to think, a typical Idahoan with the pit vipers, the snapback, the vest, the flannel shirt. She got the jeans and the boots, of course. She got that typical Southern look going. She was going to the War Bonnet Rodeo. And she decided to dress for the occasion, you know? And I was like, let's take a picture together, because why not? And so we took this picture, and I'm wearing my bum outfit, my skull skeleton shirt, basketball shorts, you know. I didn't do laundry for a while, okay? And so I decided, you know what? I'm going to use ChatGPT. I know the anti-AI people are going to be pretty upset with this. I used ChatGPT to put a cowboy outfit on me. And there were a few people that were like, hey, nice cowboy look. Like they personally DM'd me saying that. It's entirely fake. I sent them the real picture. It felt like that moment in Family Guy where that guy chases Peter Griffin going, you're a great big phony. You know, that guy. But I said, hey, name this country duo in the K-Bear 101 Idaho Rock and Metal Facebook group. And there was some pretty great names in there. Altitude and Attitude. What else was there? There was like Turd Ferguson and the Oakley Beast. Peach Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, because Maddie's last name is Kid. That was a great one. Fantastic. Yeah, if you want to see that post, again, K-Bear 101 Idaho Rock and Metal on Facebook. Here's Theory of a Dead Man. They're going to be at the Mountain America Center September 23rd, Winnebago on K-Bear 101. I was reading something here about how YouTube has banned some popular ASMR artists, accusing them of making these just not right videos for YouTube. I'll put it that way. And what's funny is that I was more so thinking about those people that have millions of subscribers as ASMR artists. And they make a ton of money just whispering into this microphone, and that's all they do. There was one guy that kept popping up, and he kept popping up because I kept sending his videos to my friends because they were like, what on earth is this? It was back when ASMR was still fairly new. This guy, I believe he's still on YouTube. Maybe he was one of the channels that got taken off. Who knows? But all this guy would do is sit there and like eat pizza and drink soda. And you would hear him chew, of course, because the microphone's turned up so high, which is a sound nobody, I think, wants to hear. But he's like, we got a barbecue chicken pizza here. And he starts doing that stupid tap thing on the box, which now everybody does. Like that's like a go-to thing now for advertisements, is that you see people do this tap motion on things. There's this one video, this one lady that keeps popping up, that she's talking about these health food items that get shipped to her house, and she's like, look at this, and she starts tapping on the case, and everyone in the comments is like, stop doing the tap thing. Super annoying. Even though Victor is driving down to Salt Lake City to go see Poppy, Landmarks, and Thousand Below tonight, I will still email him this article from health.com. 4 illnesses you can get from pool water. All right. Should we talk about this? It is a slower news day. You want to talk about pool water sickness or sicknesses you can get from pools? Huh? Diarrhea? Once water has been contaminated by germs that cause contagious diarrhea, a swimmer only has to swallow a tiny amount to become infected. Oh, man. That's disgusting. I love how the music stopped right after I said that. Hot tub rash. Water contaminated with the bacteria Pseudomonas okay, it feels like I'm casting a Harry Potter spell trying to say that out loud. Water contaminated with the bacteria can cause hot tub rash, a type of skin irritation. Itchy, red, bumpy spots, pus-filled blisters. Gotta love that. Swimmer's ear happens when water gets trapped in the outer ear canal. The trapped water causes bacteria or fungi to grow. Oh man, if you're just now tuning in, we're talking about 4 sicknesses you can get in the pool. What's number 4? Legionnaires disease, germs that live in hot tubs or pools that can also infect people who breathe in steam or mist coming off the water. You want to take a big risk? Go to like the gym pool, especially when it's like a Saturday. The pool's outdoors. This Saturday it's supposed to be really hot. I can tell the the pool at my friend's apartment complex is going to be rather crowded this weekend for sure. You can try catching all 4 of these illnesses. Catch all the infinity stones, as they say, or whatever it is. Get diarrhea, hot tub rash, swimmer's ear, and Legionnaires disease, or however you say it. Anyway, that was a break. Here's Avatar, Crying Fire. Architects on K-Bear 101. I think I stepped on something yesterday. My apartment floor absolutely sucks. I can't wait to move out of there. I say that, but then I'm also going to miss it at the same time. I'm for sure going to miss that crappy old apartment. I'm going to realize, that chapter of my life is over. 5, almost 6 years of living in this dump. But I think it wanted to leave a permanent souvenir in my foot last night. I stepped on, I think, a piece of the laminate flooring that must have been sticking up or something. A piece of it, I think, is still in the bottom of my foot, and I've been trying to get it out, so I've been sitting in the Z103 studio with my shoe off. I know you want to picture this. Trying to get after it. Maybe I should be like that one lady that was on the Carnival Cruise, putting a fork into her foot to itch it. Maybe I should get a fork or a pair of tweezers. Start being that guy. People walking by. I'm sure there's going to be people walking by the studio nonstop this afternoon, because there always seems to be whenever I'm doing something like this. There's always some tour walking by, whatever. Oh, this is the Z103 studio, and it's just me inside here just picking at my foot. Hi, I'm Peaches. Well, this just gave me a disgusting idea. Somebody duct taped an abandoned iguana to a tree in St. Peters, Florida. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Not St. Peters, Florida. What am I even talking about? St. Peters, Missouri. Totally different, by the way. City of St. Peters officials are asking for the public's help after an iguana was found abandoned and duct taped to a tree along a walking trail in this specific park. And I was thinking, there's going to be some sick freaks out there. There's going to be somebody that's like, you know what? This cat just got ran over on Sunnyside. Let me duct tape its corpse to a tree. Anyone know whose cat this is? They posted in Life in Idaho Falls. Man, I hate that. Why would you want to post a dead pet? I should really be a Karen and message the admin and be like, hey, anybody who tries posting a picture of a dead animal in this group needs to be banned right away. Don't duct tape a dead... Just imagine. The iguana is still alive. Somebody got it off the tree. Somebody unstuck it from the tree and took it with them. So... yeah, at least the iguana's okay. But I'm talking more so about, there's going to be some sicko out there. It's like, oh, I see a dead deer. Let me grab the flex tape, the flex seal, whatever it's called. There's Bad Omens now. Dying to Love. Oh, man, I should have talked about this yesterday. I'm glad I'm talking about it now. If you want to be an influencer when you grow up, Arizona State University is the first large university to offer a program where you can learn how to be an influencer. And the whole point is to gain as many followers as you can and go from there, I guess. Yeah. And there were so many people making so many funny comments yesterday in this one particular thread. I wish I had that pulled up. Like their version of cheating is paying for those bot followers. Like, what's class going to be like? Are you going to learn about active times posting on social media? Maybe I should attend these classes to improve the social media posting for this building, Post more on the K-Bear page. Post more on the Z103 page because I'm in charge of that one now, too. Forget pre-med. Forget bye-bye business majors. Imagine getting your degree in content creation. It's a Bachelor of Arts in Content Creation offered through the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication at Arizona State University. According to the school's website, it offers participants the opportunity to create powerful content across video, podcasts, social media, and emerging platforms while building your brand. There's no solid way to teach this. Some people are just going to get lucky, get a whole bunch of followers. I mean, is this class going to be full of just like These women that want to post themselves half naked, but they completely ignore the fact that they're half naked. They're going like, what's your favorite book to read? And they're like sticking their butt in the air. It's like, why are you wearing a bathing suit while reading a book? Knock it off. There was a story that I was reading about. I didn't know if I should talk about it on the air because it wasn't all that entertaining. But then I saw this that's sort of connected to it. The TSA had to tell passengers, hey, stop hiding snakes in computers. I guess somebody hit a snake inside a computer. I don't know how, but they did. And did it get confiscated? Is that really it? Oh my goodness! So they have the computer tower itself, and sure enough, there's a giant, almost python, in a bag inside the PC tower. And they're telling travelers to stop hiding snakes in their luggage, which means it's been happening quite a lot. All right. There was this other story that I was looking at where this guy was trying to get cannonballs through security, like actual, like historic cannonballs that would have been used. What makes you think, what is your thought process to think that is okay? To think, you know what? I need to take these cannonballs on vacation with me. Let me get them in my bag. Let's see if somehow I can pull it off. I feel sketchy trying to bring back my sister a snow globe. She collects those. I try my best to bring her back one with a different city. She's never been, or she's been to Idaho like once, and so I try to get her a snow globe. And they always think snow globes are a front for like crack or whatever. So they carefully inspect a gift for my sister. I'm like, don't you dare break that. It's quite ridiculous how extra TSA has to be. But you got people like this trying to sneak snakes in that make them that way. Anyway, here's Cage the Elephant. Beaches in Tennessee on K-Bear 101. Peaches Pit Party right here on K-Bear 101. I don't know what people are experiencing because I have not encountered this at all. But to be fair, I've also been like avoiding public places for the past couple of months. So who knows? Maybe it's all of a sudden changed and I just haven't seen it yet. But somebody posted an r/no stupid questions. Why do young fast food workers just stare like that? Goes on to say, it's so strange, no greeting, no warmth, just staring into my soul. Before the order is placed, it's like a blank stare. After it's placed and I say, thank you, nothing is said, and then there's just that weird stare. I find it very common amongst younger folks. I'm cool with no talking, but the stare is weird. I mean, somebody came up with a great response saying, in my opinion, it's a mixture of the soul crushingness of those jobs and younger people seem a lot less socialized. Goes on to say, I will say that training high school coworkers this year compared to 4 years ago feels more like talking to a wall. And I find myself excited and relieved when I can tell that a new hire is capable of responding, following directions, taking initiative. Excuse me. I think kids are being failed a lot. There's a lot of people talking about the Gen Z stare. They just stare at you like that. Now, I'm not going to be the one to... I don't associate with that crowd, but I also don't associate with the millennial crowd either because it's people mostly like Victor, Josh, Star, Jade, who are like 14 years older than me. I'm in that weird in-between generation. I'm an outsider. I'm a loser. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that, but here's Violent Vera, false reaction on K-Bear 101. I've said it before that r/unpopular opinion is one of my favorite subreddits out there. And this person by the name of Thin Yam said, I'm sick of the fake encore that artists do. I hate how artists, in particular K-pop groups, disgusting, why would you want to see them in concert? K-pop groups will do a fake encore. They will pretend to finish, and then based on the noise or how hyped the crowd is, they'll come back out. To me, this post goes even further to say, to me, an encore has always been, hey, the concert is for an hour, but the crowd is still cheering well after the show, so might as well give them an extra song or two. I feel like artists are now playing it up as if it isn't part of the show. To be clear, I understand the artists need to rest and maybe do outfit changes that I am not arguing. but I'd just rather them come out and say, while we do an outfit change, watch this pre-recorded video or something. You know how unenthused that would be? Hey, watch this pre-recorded video while we change our clothes. What kind of dumb comment is that? Top reply, they've always been fake? Question mark? No, that one artist I saw back in the 80s did it for the love of the game. It wasn't an entertainment show that he sold tickets to. He loved me personally. Probably still remembers me to this day. Particularly K-pop groups. That part of the post was pretty funny. As if this hasn't been a thing across almost every genre for who knows how long at this point. Yeah, who started the encore? Who started the encore at concerts? Let's see if there's actually an answer to this. It was not started by a single individual. Instead, it evolved from 18th century European opera and classical traditions where audiences shouted the French word encore, meaning again to demand an immediate repeat of a popular aria or movement before recorded music existed. So there you go. The more we learn, the more we know. I wonder if this game will be taken off of Steam. There's a new game out there. Now, this is posted by a page that I don't know how valid this actually is. You know what? This might be a whole fake thing. Let me look it up real fast. I should have done this before I hopped on the air here. I apologize. Grand Theft Timeline. Okay, so it is a real game. You pull a time travel heist with your friends, operate a makeshift time travel machine to traverse the timeline with 200 plus buttons. Then arrive at a time era, explore it, find the valuable, and steal it. Just don't get stranded and become part of the timeline yourself. Okay, that makes sense. So you go to these different times, and it looks like a rather cool game. It's coming out later this year. It says Q4 2026. I'll add it to my wish list. The worst part about it, though, is according to this article here, is that you'll be able to go to 9/11/2001 New York as one of the many places players can travel to, and it shows a screenshot of inside the World Trade Center, and the airplane is literally right outside the window heading right towards your office. And I see this screenshot here on Steam. I'm not laughing at 9/11. I'm just laughing at the audacity of trying to get away with this. And I'm looking at the different screenshots here. These characters look like they're from Roblox. And yeah, you can go to 1266. You can go to 2009. What else? What other years are there? 1503. You can steal the Mona Lisa from Leonardo da Vinci himself. Seems like a unique game for sure. I just can't believe they included 9/11. All right. Well, I guess there's that. Here's Kim Dracula, Molecular Conversion on Peach's Pit Party. All right, you know what? I'm not going to get political here whatsoever. This is just the story for today's What the Headline. A Canadian painter made Donald Trump the butt of an artistic joke by creating and selling a portrait using horse manure as the medium. This lady by the name of Wendy Chartrand dubbed this canvas the Dawn of Dung, and put it up for auction last week, fetching $1,800 from someone who's a fan of horse poop or the president or both. In a portrait of the current president of the United States, Chartrand wrote in her artist's statement, "The medium used is one I have concocted from water and horse manure." So you're telling me this lady just smeared horse poop and said, "Yeah, I'll show him." She doubled down on the manure claim, saying, "I'm sure that if you looked at the painting with a microscope, you could find bits of hay and remnants of parasites common to horses." So she legitimately just smeared real horse poo. Was like, "Yeah, I'll show him." You know what? If I was him, if I was Donald Trump, I would have bought this. Somebody made a horse manure portrait of me. Is that thing? How are you going to not have this thing stink, dude? Like how? Like what's good? I'm sure it's dried and all of that, but still, like if I was him, I would have bought this. Hung it up in the Oval Office, because why not? Here's today's that's today's What the Headline, the butt of a presidential joke, right here on K-Bear 101. Idaho's only rock station, K-Bear 101. Was it yesterday? Oh. Idaho's only rock station, K-Bear 101. Was it yesterday that I talked about the witches on Etsy getting paid to help people try to find a job. Like they're casting spells to have these people get better luck trying to find a new job. I have to give congratulations to one of my close friends. They just got a new job with a local eye center. They've been really trying to get out of their current role with a different company. And I did tell this person previously, I was like, hey, you should go to HireEastIdaho.com. You know, the Hire East Idaho job of the week that we've talked about all this week. It's a formulation bulk processor evenings position with Melaleuca. You get the pay at $19 an hour, including the evening shift differential with a schedule of 2:45 to 11:15. You get a whole bunch of benefits in that job as well. You can apply today at HireEastIdaho.com, or if you want to find something else that better suits you, again, just check out the other listings at HireEastIdaho.com. Hire East Idaho, connecting people with opportunity. You know, let's end the show here talking about L.A. and making fun of L.A. We've heard of landlords banning pets, but one Los Angeles apartment owner took things a step further. New tenants were reportedly told, you can't have a stove. The L.A. Rentals subreddit was on fire with a debate about the landlord who was trying to rent an apartment for $2,400, offering hardwood flooring, because nothing says luxury like hardwood flooring, right? I see those memes popping up all the time now. The new luxury apartment complex in my area be like, and it shows the same old stereotypical look. Hardwood flooring. But this one has shared laundry, because, yeah, you want to share a washer and dryer with all of your neighbors, right? Especially in Los Angeles. The post even says it offers a, quote, good-sized kitchen with Art Deco tiles, a full refrigerator, but specifically saying no stove allowed. Now, some Redditors questioned the legality of the listing, pointing to a new law saying working appliances are required. Others were saying, though, no stove isn't like no dishwasher or no washer-dryer in unit. It's not a nice-to-have amenity. It's a necessity. Just a place to sleep. For $2,400, he's charging luxury prices for a place that isn't legally considered habitable. I mean, could you function without a stove? You could just use a microwave? I don't know. My place didn't come with a microwave. I had to buy my own. And I might be moving into a place here soon that already has a microwave. Should I list it on Facebook Marketplace? Who wants a used microwave? That thing was cheap when I bought it, so I might just chuck that, you know? Never move into an apartment again that doesn't have a microwave. But I did have a working stove. The stove at one point did not work, and I did have to live without a stove for a short while. The stove just randomly, like as soon as I tried turning the stove off, it just stayed on. I freaked out, called my mom. She's like, what can I do from Southern California? What are you calling me for? And I'm like, what do I do? Do I call 911? She's like, no, you idiot. And so I ran to the breakers and just shut everything off. And that's how I had to operate that stove until the maintenance guy installed a new one. I had to go to the breaker in my bedroom and flip it on and off. And yeah, that was fun. Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, a.k.a. Brendan Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.